Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of Raider Sports. The college football off season is officially over, as the dead time has now died and has sprung back to life in a bombshell report that I guess happened yesterday, but I wasn't even made aware of it until I woke up at about 7 o'clock today, because yesterday I had physical therapy and this, that, and the third. But I am making this channel now. Exclusively going to be college football oriented, because nobody cares about my thoughts on basketball and baseball. College football drives the channel, so that's what we're going to be focusing on. So my off season is over. It's time to get Raider Sports back into full swing. Bombshell report right now that USC and UCLA are both joining the Big Ten Conference, and has already reached an agreement with the Pac-12 to leave. So that means the Pac-12 has already said, okay, we're good with this, go. So this is official, this is happening, and now we have to ask ourselves, one, what does this mean for the Pac-12 conference, obviously? And two, what's the Big Ten getting out of this? Well, the easiest one to answer to the Pac-12 is that they wouldn't allow USC and UCLA to leave if they weren't getting something out of it, whether it be financial, whether it be promised by the Big Ten to help them, add schools to keep them viable. But I don't think the Pac-12 is going anywhere. I don't think this is a complete raid on the Pac-12. I don't think this is a complete merger between the Pac-12 and the Big Ten. And I think that that alliance is gone. But there is something we're going to see play out, that the one hand washes the other. I don't think Kliakov would have just allowed USC and UCLA to leave without some type of incentive by USC or UCLA, whether it be financial or some type of incentive by the Big Ten to say, hey, we might help you, lure teams towards your direction. And so it's going to obviously send shockwaves. And now for the Big Ten, what does all this mean? Number one, it gives them exactly what they wanted: preservation of the Rose Bowl. I think that's the biggest reason UCLA got in over Oregon, because I guess from what little details I've seen, it was UCLA or Oregon. UCLA holds the trump card, the granddaddy of them all, the reason the Big Ten torpedoed the college football playoff to preserve the Rose Bowl. And now the Big Ten getting UCLA completely preserves the Rose Bowl. And if they help Pac-12 get more teams in and stay viable, then that would also help stabilize the Pac-12 versus Big Ten Rose Bowl dynamic that has been there since the dawn of time. So, and number two, the next thing that the Big Ten gets is they get to say, okay, now we control the LA market, we control the Chicago market with Northwestern, even though we all know, me living in Chicago so much, we all know that if you really want to break it down, Notre Dame really owns the city. Northwestern just happens to play in it, no matter how much, Northwestern wants to call themselves Chicago's college football team. Like, people in Chicago don't really care. I mean, I'm a huge Northwestern fan, and I say that all the time. It's like, people in Chicago never really gather around Northwestern unless Northwestern's doing great, which is very few and far between. But they get to say, we have the Chicago market, we have the LA market, and we have the New York market. However, they try to push Rutgers as a New York team. I mean, people in New York don't care about Rutgers. I don't believe they do anyway. I could be wrong, but I doubt that. But it's a loose sell. But at least they can try to sell that. And now it spans from, and now the Big Ten spans from coast to coast. And we are now in the age of, if 16 is that magic number for a super conference, we have now created 2 super conferences with the Big Ten and the SEC. And there's probably going to be more of this because now the Pac-12 has spots to fill. This is going, and the Big 12 has already said that they are moving towards more expansion later on. That this is only the first round of expansion. There's going to be a second round, so we're going to have to sit on bated breath for that. And now we're going to be watching more and more ships get torpedoed. More and more. Yeah, I'm really running out of breath. It's really early in the morning, especially for me. So this is kind of difficult to do. So I'm just gonna leave that here. We gotta wait for the next dominoes to fall. But the off season's over. Raider sports is trying to get back into full swing, even though it's early, and it really is time to start getting back to it. So. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Ken Raider. I'm signing out. I'll see you next time.